All right, good afternoon, I guess good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're coming to listen to this webinar from. So from people all around the world, I'm sure, are gathering on this call. My name is Scott Schlemmer. I'm super excited today to be here with you. I've got some really fun stuff to share with you guys today. I've got some really scary stuff to share with you first, but I'm going to show you some really exciting things in technology, some exciting things in finance, some exciting things in business, home-based business, small businesses, and everything in between. So I hope everybody's having an awesome day. I am struggling here with a little bit of a cold. I've had a cough going on for about 6 weeks. Got a few sniffles here, so bear with me a little bit if I've got to take some drinks of water, or if I've got a cough or something like that. So just bear with me. But I'm going to try to get through this information as fast as possible. I see people are still coming onto the call, and I'm going to start out. I'm going to introduce myself here a little bit. So for those of you that have never heard of me, never seen me, know nothing about me, why would you want to listen to Scott Schlemmer, right? So first thing I want to talk about here, or I want to show you here, is a slide. I've got a slide here that I made up. You can see me there on the left with my wife, my two beautiful daughters. I just ran a half marathon on Sunday, and so that picture came from that. It's the first one I've ever done. It was a challenge, to say the least, but it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. The picture in the middle there is me and my oldest daughter. You can see that she's holding the fish there. That is a passion of mine. For those of you that know me, you know I love to fish. I do tournament fishing. I love the outdoors. I love to hunt. And then I've got my 1-year-old son there on the right. That's a picture of him. He and I got to have a little father-son bonding moment last week. I took that picture, and so I just wanted to show you this to show you that I'm just a real person, just like most of you that are on this call. I'm just a normal guy, just like you. I just happened to stumble across a few things over the last 4 or 5 years that have put me in the position that I'm in right now within this new technology that I'm going to share with you today, within this new exciting home-based venture that I'm going to share with you today. But I am just a regular guy. I spent 7 years in the golf business, working as a club professional outside of college. I've also owned a real estate investment company. I owned that from 2000 to 2005. I've been a part of several small businesses, from startups, mostly from startups, but from startups to trying to take a small mom and pop business to that next level. I've been involved in several businesses on that level. I've traveled all over the country for business and for work. And fortunately for the last, going on 3-4 years now, I've been able to work strictly from home, out of my home office, in several different capacities, and diversifying my income, diversifying my assets. And I'm going to show you some exciting stuff here and how you can do the same. So we're going to get started. Here's a picture of us. The ownership of VIZIONARY flew out the leaders to Spain back in September. Man, we had an amazing time. Awesome masterminding. Really learned a lot about not only this industry and this niche we're going to talk about today, but also learned just a ton about the ownership group, the leadership group, and just got to bond with some amazing people. We had so much fun doing that. The weather was amazing. The food was great. The people were awesome. The education was second to none. And being able to look the leadership group of this company in the eye and see where they want to take this company was extremely powerful. You can see me there. I'm up on the top left, looking over the shoulder there of my good friends, Andy Morbitzer and Nicole Peterson. As most of you know or may not know, Andy is the president of VIZIONARY, and Nicole is the better half of that relationship, I guess. So as we would say here in the business on that perspective. So anyways, the next one here. So here's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about a crisis facing the world. We're going to talk about disruptive technologies that are changing the way we operate. And then I'm going to show you a solution to some of these issues. And I'm going to give you some options to ensure and protect your future. So, as most of us know, a revolution is happening in today's today's world and today's economy and the way we operate, you know, we can see what has happened with technology just over the last couple of years even. I mean, I know the internet's been around for 25 years or so, at least through the mainstream, and the evolution of that over the last 3, 4, 5 years has been incredible. Not only are we, you know, have information at our fingertips on our laptops and computers, but we have it on our smart devices and our phones and are able to carry it with us around the world. And it's changing the way we do everything. It's changing the way we shop. It's changing the way we eat. It's changing the way we travel. It's changing the way we do business. It is absolutely revolutionizing the world. So today we're going to show you, like I said, how you can profit from a little-known technology which is poised to disrupt the largest industry on the planet. This is a technology where 90% of the world really doesn't know it exists or has very, very little knowledge on it, yet it's already made thousands of people millionaires. The currency and finance markets is what we're going to talk about. This is a $16.1 trillion market. It's the largest market on the planet. It's actually hard to estimate just how big it is because every single other industry uses the global banking and exchange system. And today we're about to show you how the global finance and currency markets are due for massive disruption. The manipulation we see in the markets today has destroyed any faith citizens had in our financial system, and the debts that countries like the US, Germany, Japan, and even China have are now coming due. This new technology could protect you and your family as well as turn the entire banking industry inside out. This isn't a game changer. It's creating an entirely new game with new rules and new players. And more importantly, we're going to show you how ordinary people, not just the ultra-rich, can get in on this once-in-a-millennia opportunity that is upon us. The entire banking system is now on the brink of really disruptive change, which means there is a massive potential to profit within a $16 trillion industry. The global markets at the moment are showing terrible signs of stress, and this severely affects everyone everywhere, including and especially people in the United States. But it pays to understand what is going on in the global currency and finance markets and why. We already see the euro collapsing. It's happening all around the world, from Argentina to Zimbabwe, or to not Zimbabwe, but Argentina to Greece to Iceland and places everywhere. I mean, we are having massive financial troubles. Most of us are very familiar with what's going on inside of Greece and the capital controls that have put the restrictions on how much money people can pull out. And even if they can pull out, they're taking money. You know, let's say you have $50,000 in your banking account. They are taking, you know, half of that if they want to. Do you know that when you put money into a bank account, that it is not your money? It no longer becomes your money. It is the bank's money and it is the government's money, and they have access to it any time they want. Some of the economic problems we're facing today just in the United States, I saw some of these statistics, and they absolutely blew my mind recently. 76% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. 43% of households spend more than they earn. 48% of all adults under 30 believe the American dream is dead. Wow, how sad is that one right there? That one really, really blew me away. 48% of all 25-year-old Americans still live at home. I don't know about you, but when I was 18, I was out the door and I never came back. According to John Williams of shadowstats.com, the real unemployment rate is an astounding 22.9%. 22.9% is what our real unemployment rate is. The fictitious numbers of 4, 5, 6% that they give us aren't showing the true stats of what these jobs are and what these people are making. The U.S. national debt is an admitted $19 trillion. In the last 8 years alone, the debt has increased by $16 trillion alone. Just in the last 8 years. The defined middle class now make up the minority of the population, reaching lowest levels since the Great Depression. The level of entrepreneurship is at an all-time low right now, which is really one that hits home with me because I am an entrepreneur, and it's very difficult today to be an entrepreneur. Corporate taxes, healthcare costs, wage costs, all of these things, the trade deals that we're making, so that manufacturing has all gone over to China and to various countries over in Asia, has really, really disrupted all of this stuff right here. In the past 6 years, more businesses have closed than opened. This is the first time in history that has ever happened in the last 6 years alone. We know about the unsustainable Japanese debt that has been skyrocketing over the last 20 years. I got a stat that showed me the treasury value of the treasury in Japan has gone from 8% to 0.1% in that time. This is the slide here that I found that I have that really hit home with me, because as you saw in my pictures there, I have a 5-year-old daughter, I have a 3-year-old daughter, and I have a 1-year-old son. And the most important thing in my life right now is securing a better future for my kids. There is nothing more important that I do in my life. And I read the statistics and I see the statistics of what is coming down the pipeline for my kids. They will not be better off. Not only will they not be better off financially, but statistics are showing that their health is going to be severely decreased, potentially living shorter lives even than the generation before them for the first time ever. It's incredible what is going on in our society today. We've gone from apathy, or we've gone from ingenuity and entrepreneurship to apathy and entitlement. You saw that in some of those statistics before, where the percentage of kids that are 25 years old that are still living at home. That shows me apathy. It shows me entitlement. These kids are being raised up today giving stuff. We're talking about, the medal society and the trophy society that we live in, where, you have participation trophies. I just coached my daughter's t-ball team last year, and it wasn't a month afterwards I had one of the family members ask me, did they get a trophy for participating? And I said, no, they didn't get a trophy for participating. It's something for your kids to do and enjoy. They don't need a trophy to show that they participated. We need to teach our kids the real world and really what's going on and how they can survive in this world, and not give and just pile on to what we've got going on. Government has grown. Everything has grown. It's getting out of control. And yet there's this belief that the status quo can remain. I mean, that's the crazy part. People still believe that the status quo can remain. And they put their faith in the government and say, hey, fix this for me and do it for me and do everything for me. The belief that sound fundamentals doesn't seem to matter anymore. But you know what? They always do. Sound fundamentals always matter. It's like gravity. They always have, and they always will. It's like a jet flying through the sky can defy gravity only until it runs out of fuel. Everything that we're looking at tells us that we're running on fumes right now. People assume the currency crisis and market manipulation will never happen in the U.S. But it will. Why is the U.S. dollar important to everyone globally? Because it's still the world's reserve currency. It's got value because we...
Not because it truly has value. The U.S. dollar is doomed just like those other currencies are doomed. It's not if, but when. Ron Paul said it best. I believe we as a nation are on the brink of a massive financial crisis, infinitely worse than the crisis of 2008. And that's because it won't be a banking and mortgage problem, but a full-blown currency crisis, the likes of which we've never experienced in this country. The savings of millions of people could be wiped out overnight. The stock market could crash by 50% or more. The way of life we've enjoyed as Americans for 50 years could come to an end. It's not if this will happen, but when it will happen. This is creating all sorts of problems, which in itself is causing people to seek out solutions. It wouldn't be possible for this technology to be so disruptive if this had been developed 15 years ago, because pressures to making what is a really drastic change did not exist. Today they exist because of the very broken system that the central banks have created and continue to create. This really is a revolution of our entire financial industry. The impending collapse of the euro, the yen, the dollar, and probably the Chinese yuan is coming. We know there is a huge currency and debt crisis coming, but what can average people do about it? What can you do about it? We see the writing on the wall. We see the statistics. We see how society is reacting. We're seeing the internal strife inside of our country and around the world. We're seeing it around the world. We're seeing it in countries all over the world. It's not just here in the USA. This is just the tip of the iceberg, but other countries around the world, virtually every country around the world, is having the same kind of issues. It's a big problem. Big problem. Bigger. The bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck. The technologies which disrupt this archaic, dysfunctional currency banking system that's in existence today have a massive, massive, massive profit potential. So what are the two revolutionary technologies that all of us can profit from? The disruptive little-known technology that is going to be the future of currency is referred to as a blockchain. Blockchain technology, what is that? Wow, that sounds really confusing, maybe even a little bit over the top, and maybe this isn't for me or I don't understand it. It's actually really very basic. You may have heard of Bitcoin. It's a cryptocurrency, okay? So the technology itself, yes, it can be very confusing. It can be very elaborate when it comes to the coding of it and the writing of the technology and all that stuff. But fortunately, we don't need to know that. Just like we don't need to know how a credit card is processed and how that machine is programmed. We don't program anything with that. We just swipe the credit card. And that's kind of what we're doing here. Only it's all digital and it's electronical. The blockchain itself is a revolutionary financial technology, like I just mentioned. Like I said, it's kind of a confusing concept for many, but here's what it means in layman's terms. It provides a way for any data or information to be stored electronically and distributed across the entire user base. It's the world's largest digital public ledger recording transactions electronically. It basically allows you to make transactions peer-to-peer, peer-to-merchant, merchant-to-peer, various different currencies without having to use a central banking system. It decentralizes the system. It saves you money. It saves you fees on ATMs and wire transfer fees and banking fees and your savings account fees and your checking account fees and all of the fees that are attached. We've really just become conditioned to live with. We've just become conditioned to live with this stuff. They tell us that we need it. We believe it. We say great. All this is doing is providing a way for you to do all of those transactions, take care of all of your money without all of those fees. It's as simple as that. When you and I transact with one another, typically we require somebody to trust. We will go to lawyers, to financial intermediaries. We'll sign documents and they will assist us in that transferring. So that's how our existing financial structure works, right? Now the blockchain is a technology that eliminates that intermediary, like I just mentioned. So why is the blockchain so revolutionary, convenient, faster, safer, more efficient? Nobody owns the blockchain. Stronger and more robust security and verification. And these financial transactions are happening with cryptocurrency, a digital money that is encrypted. Already the world is changing at such a fast pace it is hard to keep up. We are overdue for technology to disrupt the financial industry. The banking system today is archaic. We want to talk about some disruptive, what we call disruptive technologies and how things are changing. Give you some examples here of why the financial system could change, of why it is changing, why the way we distribute and exchange money to money is changing. It starts right here with media. It used to be print newspapers And then the evolution of the radio. And then the TV came. And so we all watched television to get our news, right? We all read the radio. We all did print. And now you're getting your information from Facebook. You're getting it from YouTube. You're getting it from Twitter. You're getting it from Pinterest. You're getting it from Snapchat and all of these other different media, social media outlets. And that is the direction that we are moving into. Gangnam Style, for example, had YouTube videos that hit over 1 billion views. 90 million views from Coney 2012, $600 million earned media. Thanks to technology and social media, consumers create their own content through platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, enabling you to reach the masses. Facebook is the world's largest media outlet, yet it creates no content. Think about that. It is the world's largest media outlet now, yet it creates none of its own content. We'll touch on that in a minute. Look at the hospitality business. The Marriott hotel chain was founded in 1957. It has a market cap of $19 billion. Airbnb is an app that essentially allows guests to rent spare spaces or rent their homes or rent their apartments or their condos or whatever it is. It was founded in 2008. It has a valuation of $25.5 billion, yet it owns no real estate. It's worth more than $6 billion more. It's only 8 years old, and it has no real estate. Transportation. The U.S. taxi industry, existence since the 17th century, industry size $11 billion annually. Uber. My wife and I used our first Uber cab in 2015. I tell you what, it was the greatest cab experience I've ever had. I can follow when they show up to our hotel. I could easily get another driver who was close by in the area. It was absolutely fantastic. Basically, they've decentralized the transportation industry by creating a mobile app which allows consumers, drivers, if you have your own car, you can drive an Uber cab. I can contact you with a smartphone, and you can take me from point A to point B, and I pay you. Uber was founded in 2009. It has a valuation of $50 billion, more than 4 times the U.S. taxi industry. Uber and Airbnb are great examples of companies that disrupted their industries and made early-stage investors really rich. Early-stage investors in these companies made 6,000% returns. I think you can get an idea of the disruptive technologies that we're talking about and how technology is changing how we live our lives. This industry is disrupting an industry that is 1,000 times larger than Uber's market. The taxi industry is small at $12 billion, and the global financial industry is worth 1,000 times that. So if you look at this, Bitcoin is the world's largest bank, yet it has no actual cash. Its market cap, I believe I saw, was $6.3 trillion. Put that in comparison to Wells Fargo, who has a market cap of $250 billion. You think Bitcoin's disrupting the technology? Uber, the world's largest taxi company, yet it owns no vehicles. It's an app. Facebook, like I said, the world's most popular media owner, creates no content. Alibaba, the most valuable retailer, has no inventory. I think it was like, I don't want to get this number wrong, but I want to say it was somewhere around $50 billion or something like that. And I think Walmart was right around $48 billion. It was bigger than Walmart. It has no inventory. The world's largest accommodation provider owns no real estate, Airbnb. We are disrupting the way we live life in every capacity, and the financial industry is next. We are moving from a world of centralization to one of decentralization. Centralization means is when it's owned and controlled by a central authority. Not necessarily owned, but it's controlled by a central authority, and now it's decentralized. Uber is not really owned. The app is owned by somebody, but the people that work for Uber own their own vehicles. They do their own things. There is no central location for Uber. along with the money like cryptocurrencies that is just math and owned by one. This is a great story. A Norwegian man forgets about $26 Bitcoin investment. Basically, a 19-year-old kid was doing a thesis paper on encryption in 2009, came across Bitcoin, decided to just throw $26 at it, see what would happen, totally forgot about it. 2 or 3 years later, started reading the news, watching the news, whatever it was, came across the fact that Bitcoin had been increasing extremely fast in value and realized that, hey, I had bought some of that just a few years ago. Well, it turns out that $26 Bitcoin investment turned into an $850,000 profit. Wow. Capriccoin, our mission. What is our mission with Visionary and what we're looking at here? And how can we solve some of these problems? How can we create solutions for some of the issues that you saw here? How can you participate in some of the technology that's going on? How can you disrupt? How can you take advantage of this? There's never been a better time to get in business for yourself, by yourself, from home than right now, bar none. The global financial system is broken. The markets are corrupt. The central banks have ruined their own fiat currency. So what do? We've created a way for ordinary people to still transact, to still live their lives, and to still move money around without going through the banking system. This is the digital revolution that affects us all, and it is revolutionary without a doubt. This is going to allow you, here's what I'm looking at it for me. Okay, do I have money inside of the banks? Absolutely I do. Absolutely. Am I still putting money in the U.S. stock market? Absolutely I am. I am not a doom and gloom guy. I'm not saying, hey, take all of your money and put it into, digital currency or into cryptocurrency. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to do anything like that. I'm not trying to give you any financial advice. I'm trying to create a solution here, show you a way that you can take control of your own money. Today I'm going to introduce a new currency, a new global currency, and an instant digital payment solution. Bill Bonner is the founder and president of Agora Publishing. He's one of the premier investors around the world, highly recognized, highly respected, and he had this to say: digital currency is the first improvement in money in 5,000 years. If everything else is moving towards a digital movement, doesn't it only make sense that currency and your money would do the same? Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency. It was established in 2009. So some of you probably have heard of Bitcoin. Many of you have never heard of Bitcoin. That's totally understandable. Most of you that have ever heard of Bitcoin barely know anything about it. So I'm going to educate you a little bit here on the history of what it is, and I'm going to provide you with a solution that has taken Bitcoin to the next level. Bitcoin is now accepted. Bitcoin is the pioneer in this whole thing. It's accepted as a global currency, is currently accepted at over 400,000 companies around the world. So how is Capriccoin better than Bitcoin? Transactions will occur much faster than Bitcoin. Bitcoin can take 15 minutes up to potentially hours to process a transaction because of the way the network is set up. The actual transactions occurring with Bitcoin are still using part of the old archaic financial system, as it says there. Transactions are less expensive than the traditional banking methods. The cost of transactions with the current banking system is high. Like I said, you get credit card processing fees, you've got banking fees, you've got ATM fees, so on and so on. You're looking at 2 to 3% roughly for their credit card processing, wiring money internationally, even domestically. Bitcoin is expensive to mine with the hardware, software, and electricity that you have to use to mine with Bitcoin. But right now, you can accumulate Capriccoin very inexpensively and much, much easier than Bitcoin, much like the early adopters did with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a delay in conversion to global currencies. Capriccoin has instant global transactions. So like I said, Bitcoin can take several minutes up to several hours to process a transaction. Capriccoin will be processed in 3 seconds or less, faster than your credit card. Bitcoin has no formal marketing strategy. Visionary is the mining and marketing platform for Capriccoin. That is what Visionary offers. We offer education, number one. We offer mining platforms, so you don't have to know any of the technical stuff like I talked about earlier. If I had to know how to write code or how to do any of the programming or how to do anything to try to mine these coins, I would not be here today. That is not a strength of mine. It is not a strength of 99.8% of the world. But with Visionary, it's as simple as pushing a button, and they do the mining for you. Capriccoin is, first of all, it's a legitimate cryptocurrency. It's available on 3 public exchanges. It's on Bittrex.com, BlueTrade.com, and CoinMarketCap.com. So you can technically go right out to those public exchanges right now today, set up an account, buy some Bitcoin from Coinbase, and go buy yourself, you'll go nuts and go buy yourself some Capriccoin. That is totally an option, and it's a legitimate option. And for me, when I get people involved, I teach them how to do it all. Whatever they want to learn how to do. I teach them how to buy cryptocurrency online. It's not as simple as just going out and buying it. It's not that simple. That's what makes Visionary so great. It takes all the difficult stuff out of it. Okay? So right now, when you look at today's market, you're hearing it's a little bit cheaper to buy it out on Bittrex or BlueTrade than it is to get it on Visionary. Okay. That's fine, I understand it, but it's also more complicated. There's more things you need to learn. It's not as simple as pushing a button. You have to go to a different public exchange to get your Bitcoin, then take your Bitcoin to Bittrex and then buy it. And I can totally teach you how to do that, and so many other leaders in this company. We have amazing leaders in this company that can teach you how to do all that stuff if that's what you want to do. But when you look at Visionary and where they're going and what the options are within this company, it is an absolute no-brainer to get involved from the Visionary standpoint, and I'm going to get into that a little bit later here in this thing. Some of the things that are coming down the pipe and some of the options outside. Capriccoin is just scratching the surface. This is our flagship product, but we are just scratching the surface of where we're going here. Number 2, Capriccoin is designed to protect and secure finances. So, like I said earlier, when you put money into the bank, it is no longer your money. The bank has full access to this. When you put something into a safe deposit box, they can lock that up and take that away at snap of a finger, just like that, and it's no longer yours. Capriccoin is designed to take that central authority figure out of the way and decentralize your money, giving you the power and the control back. Just like those other technologies that we talked about, how Facebook is giving you the power and the control back to control your media. How Uber is giving you the power and control to control your cab and delivery system. You don't have to wait on the corner and flag one down and snap your fingers. You can press an app and have some guy pull up in his Mercedes and pick you up and drive you to your next spot. That's what we're doing here with the financial system. That's what we're doing here in the banking system. We're taking that central authority away and we're moving it to a decentralized authority. It's also designed to handle high volume of e-commerce. So you're going to be able to handle a high volume of transactions because you control it. You ever used your credit card today and had issues because you used it twice in 5 minutes on the internet and they shut you down? Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Don't get me wrong, because I have a credit card and I actually appreciate some of that stuff. But when you have full control of it, you don't have to worry about if it's fraudulent or not. It's designed to be a global payment solution. You no longer are there high ticket fees to get money from country to country around the world. As we know, we're moving to a global economy. We are buying stuff all over the world today. You're not just buying stuff at your local, Walmart or your local XYZ store. If you're smart, you're online and you're price shopping a lot of your stuff online, and that stuff can come from anywhere. I'm buying, I told you I was big into fishing. I buy fishing baits that come from Japan. Why? Because they're a better deal. It's a better buy. I get it directly from the manufacturer who makes it in Japan, rather than buying it from the wholesale distributor here in the United States. And that's what we're moving towards as an economy. We're moving to a global economy. And this is going to allow you to have a global payment solution that's going to be virtually no fees, if not any fees at all. Capriccoin is called the people's coin. Gary Conner, who is the chief, the chief writer, whatever you call those people for newsletters, the chief editor-in-chief, there it is, I got it, the editor-in-chief of Altcoin Today, one of the most recognized guys in cryptocurrency, one of the most well-respected people in cryptocurrency, took a look at Capriccoin, got his membership, just like the rest of us, paid for it himself because he thought it was the perfect coin, and he called it the people's coin. It's easy to use. It's right on your smartphone. It's about as simple as taking a picture. It's peer-to-peer, secure, instant transactions. Like I said, taking away the central authority. You're paying a merchant, or you're paying a person, or whatever it is, and you're just sending it from your phone to their account. There's zero transaction fees, like I talked about. Zero transaction fees. That is the real major attraction in this. Should be for everybody. No limits on how much or how little money to send. Okay, so you don't have any banking limits that says, hey, I can only take out $200 out of my debit card today. Instant transaction globally, 3 seconds or less, like I said. Cashback and discounts, loyalty programs. We are setting up the most robust and amazing loyalty program. It's an incentive that is not only going to really incentivize customers, it's going to incentivize merchants to use Capriccoin. Here's one of the big incentives for merchants today. They get paid in their local fiat currency. So if you live here in the United States and you become a merchant, that transaction happens in 3 seconds or less, and you get paid in USD, and you will be a part of the loyalty program and be able to earn money back. Not only is all of the software setup going to be free, the education and training platform for merchants is going to be free. It's going to be a seamless transition, and you're going to eliminate the 2 to 3% that you're paying as a credit card customer, or a credit card that you're paying your credit card merchant. This is going to be an incredible program that is going to have so much incentive. It's going to make this coin the biggest in the market, I believe. Like I said, it's attractive for companies because of the loyalty program I just talked about. It's easy to download, like I just talked about the merchant app, and it's free. Instant verification of payment, 3 seconds or less. Attract new customers because of this. So your customers are going to want to use this because you are accepting Capriccoin. If they have Capriccoin and you are accepting Capriccoin, they're going to want to come to see you over your competition. No chargebacks. No fraud. No payment processing fees. Marketing tool free of charge. Make money from Capriccoin customers. Look at that. On top of it, not only is everything going to be free, you're going to have the ability to make money from your customers. Right here, I like to show the management team as, for those of you that don't know me, leadership is one of the strongest categories that I look for when I'm evaluating a business. And for me, being able to look at in the owner's eyes and being able to see where they want this company to go and to be a part of this vision and to be able to give feedback and to be able to be right here in the core and the nucleus of thing, which you can also be right now. We are just getting started with this. To be able to have relationships with these guys and to be able to share your views and your vision is extremely powerful to me, and it should be extremely powerful to you. This company is just scratching the surface of where we're going. Like I said, we've got things coming down the pipe. VIZIONARY is a financial company. Capriccoin is our flagship product, and it's going to be a big one, and you want to get in and start mining Capriccoin today without a doubt. And if you want to learn how to get it in other fashions, we can show you how to do that too. But you want to get in, get your spot today and start mining. We're also going to have the capacity that to bring out other products. You know, mega shopping malls, I've heard, gold, silver, other precious metals. We are looking at expanding this company to make this a one-stop shop for all. You see the gentleman there on the left, Ladislav Passer. He's owned over 80 retail stores, brick and mortar stores e-commerce stores and both around the world and online. He's got an incredible vision for that particular part of it. I mean, he is a brilliant businessman, first of all, and one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. But there is an incredible opportunity to expand into that area. You look at other guys like Andy Morbitzer on there, who spent 25 years on Wall Street. He understands the financial system, the ability here. He's been a part, and I know for a fact that he owns gold, silver, precious metals. I know that he has a tremendous knowledge in that capacity. There is an opportunity here for us to ensure our assets and things going forward, to diversify. That is the key strategy with your life going right now. That is what we're trying to do by providing these solutions so that you can diversify into many different things. We can look at different cryptocurrencies. We can look at gold, silver, and different things. I know right now, my wife and I just had a conversation this morning about how much money is going to go in the future to gold, silver, and precious metals that we make in a monthly or whatever, in a monthly basis, I guess. We talked about how much money is going to go into that. We've talked about how much money is going to go into cryptocurrency. We're looking at diversifying our accounts, getting offshore accounts, and doing different things. That is what we're providing here at Visionaries, opportunities for you to diversify. This isn't your traditional network marketing MLM thing where you're going to sell some jungle juice that's going to make you grow 6 inches overnight. That's not what we're doing here. We're providing you with solutions to real problems that I showed you in this beginning of this webinar. Real solutions to real problems here. Here's a fact that I want you to know. Hold on one second. I had a little cough out there and get a quick drink. I told you I've been battling a little bit of a cold. Here's one fact that I want you to know. Every single person, except the very latest and the newest people maybe, is in profit in this company that I've introduced to this company. Every single one of them. When's the last time that you heard that in an MLM or network marketing deal? It just doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. There's a reason that there's a 97% attrition rate and only a 3% success rate in the majority of MLMs. It's because of what they are offering and the people that are behind and trying to sell those products. That's really the issue. It's the people, but it's because not everybody's built to go out and move protein shakes or to go out and move, various commodities. Okay? When you have money as your product, when you have financial products, everybody is going to be in profit. That is the beauty of this thing. Every single person that I brought in. Now, this is, financial disclaimer. I'm not saying that if you come in and do nothing that you're going to be in profit. But with the product and the opportunity that you have right here, you have an extremely easy way to get into profit without recruiting a single person. I talked about Gary Conner, the editor-in-chief, the guy who called this the perfect coin, the people's coin. Acquire as many as you can. That's all I can say. With Visionary, several ways to make money. 5 ways without sponsoring. Capriccoin is the number 1 way without sponsoring. Staking on the external wallet is another way without sponsoring. We'll show you how to do that. Very easy. Retail platform is another way without sponsoring a single person. That is going to be, to me, the number 1 and most powerful way to be a millionaire within this company is through the merchant and retail platform. Number 4, 20 to 40% bonus for participation. Number 5, cash back. You can make money just for using Capriccoin. How about that? When's the last time you made money for drinking a protein shake? Doesn't happen. Not to knock those companies. I love them. I drink lots of protein shakes. I support the industry. I buy products from all kinds of different companies. So I'm not trying to knock that. I'm just trying to show you what differentiates Visionary and what makes it so attractive to me and to others. 7 ways to build a business. Getting started bonus. I'm not going to go through all of these in detail. If you need to know more, about how the comp plan works. Sorry, my voice is starting to break down. If you need to know more about how the comp plan works, get back with the person that introduced you on this call. Get your questions answered as soon as possible. But we have a fast start bonus. We have direct sales commissions. We have a binary network team commission. And we have a matching bonus. So I like to call it the binary overlay. It's like a unilevel with a binary with a unilevel overlay, for those of you that are familiar with comp plans. Number 11, the customer bonus. Number 12, the Capriccoin loyalty program. Now, the one thing I want to stress is that building a business is optional. That's the beauty of having money as your product. Is that all we're doing is we're exchanging worthless, in my mind, fiat currency, kindling, as Caleb Wright likes to put it, with something that has a value, something that is designed to increase in value, that has the potential to increase in value. That's what you're doing. You're exchanging money, one form for another. No requirement to build a business, although we make it as easy as possible. There's no requirements to do anything to build this business. So if you don't have to have, a certain amount of spend. There's no auto ship per se in this. So you don't have to have a certain amount of spend each month to maintain your business. When's the last time you saw that inside of MLM or network marketing? You could have something happen in your life and you take a month or two off and you have to move away from it for a while. Meanwhile, your Capriccoin is going to be still sitting there. Secondly, you come back, you introduce somebody to this, you're going to get a check that week or you're going to get paid that week. Normally, you got to go back and you got to buy more monthly products inside of a different company in order to stay qualified, quote unquote. Now within Visionary, 5 ways to get started right here. Bronze, 97 euros, $100. Get started, 3 slots. Silver, this is the one I recommend everybody starts with right here. Everybody. It's 297 euros, about $330 in the United States. You get 16 slots to mine. And what you do with those slots is you press a button. You press a button, Visionary does the mining for you, you get the Capriccoins. It's that simple. If you want, go to gold. I say start as strong as you can. Start as strong as you can. Don't miss a car payment for it. Don't miss your house payment. Put food on the table. Do those things. Absolutely. If you're going to put some of your money inside of the stock market, great. Start looking at options outside of that. Visionary provides you an option to diversify, to get your money outside of the United States or outside of the country that you live in, to get it out of a central authority. That's what we're providing here. I'm not telling you to go break the bank and put everything and all your eggs into Capriccoin. That would be foolish too. What I'm telling you is to diversify, strategize, do things that are smart. Start with a silver package, $330. See what that gets you. See where that takes you. Learn a little bit. Come on the inside. Watch some of the videos. Learn from some of the top leaders like myself, Patrick Moore, Caleb Wright, Luca. Man, the list goes on and on and on and on of people that you can learn from inside of here. Some of the best marketers. We've got a automated marketing system that's going to be coming out any day now. So you're going to be able to have funnels, capture pages built for you, funnels built for you, email marketing campaigns, text message marketing campaigns. How about that one for you? You're going to have an incredible opportunity here to build this business if that's what you choose to do. There's going to be a huge opportunity to look at different products like I talked about. Right now, all of my mining, I'm maxing out my slots every week right now. It's all free. I'm not paying for it. It's called sweat equity. I'm putting in a little bit of work, and all of my slots are free. So basically, I'm accumulating Capriccoin on a weekly basis for free. So when you talk about going out on the exchange and buying them, go buy them. That's fine. You want to put in some sweat equity? You're going to get coins for free. You're going to get paid on top of it. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're looking at an option to possibly even get paid in Bitcoin if that's what you want to do. How about that? Big things are happening. We are moving with the times. That's what I love about this company. We are setting the pace with the technology transformation, with the disruption of technology. We're the first MLM marketing arm for cryptocurrency on the public exchange. The very first one. We've got testimonials here. Wendell, great guy. Gotten to know Wendell here over the last 10 months. I'm fully involved with the booming e-commerce industry. He does an amazing, let me pause there. He has an amazing Amazon industry. So he understands, or excuse me, and Amazon business. So he understands what is happening here inside of us, our technology. And when I understood Visionary's vision with a digital currency Capriccoin, it became clear to me that this will become a preferred payment solution for online merchants because it represents so much savings in transaction fees to them. This guy gets it. Jill Peltzer, a beautiful person, just a beautiful soul, a great person, become a friend of mine here over the last 10 months as well. The number one reason I joined Visionary is to better protect the financial future of my family by having more control over my hard-earned income, in which it's not all tied up in monopolistic central banks and broke governments. That's what we talked about. Get the power, bring the power back to you. That's what we are doing. The reason I joined Visionary is very simple. Victor, great dude, funny guy, very sharp. The reason I joined Visionary is very simple. I looked at the name of the company, Visionary, and thought about what it means to have true vision, or in this case, vision, the act or power of imagination, which to me meant that the company founders understand the importance of looking ahead into the future and determining the path to take to make this digital currency usable for the common exchange of goods and services. The time is now. I'm telling you right now, I've shown you what's going on inside of our economy, the global economy. Even China's struggling right now. Don't let them fool you. I've shown you the issues that people are having right now with jobs, with apathy, with entitlement. We are in dire straits. The writing is on the wall. If you want to sit there and watch the government control your stuff and let them take care of your problems, go ahead and do that. Good luck is all I can say. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm grabbing control of my family's future, and Visionary and Capriccoin are just a part of it, okay? It's just a part of it. A very, very strategic and smart part of it, but it's just a part of it. There's full education here. You're going to learn tons of different things and opportunities and ways that you can do things to help take control of your finances. The crisis is real. The disruptive technologies are real. We showed them with Facebook and the media, Airbnb and hospitality, Uber and the taxi system. Those things are stripping jobs away, man, and they aren't coming back. People think that the unemployment rate got better in the last 6 years, but it's all phony numbers. You saw the real unemployment rate there, 22.9%. Part of that is because of technology. It is. The reality of it is it's here and it's here to stay. And so is cryptocurrency. Companies like Microsoft and Dell and Expedia and Virgin Atlantic and 7-Eleven and Subway stores and all kinds of different places are now accepting Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a form of payment. It's not going anywhere. Now is the time to take advantage of it. Cryptocurrencies are user-friendly. That's what's great about this whole Visionary existence. It's easy. We make it easy for you. Mining is not necessarily easy, but we take care of all of that for you. All cryptocurrencies are mined in order to exist, which can be expensive and time-consuming, and you must have special computer service and technology. Visionary does this for you with our 100% automated software, so you don't have to. It saves you time and money, like I talked about. Time is precious. This system is automated. Trading webinars are recorded. We've got all kinds of training webinars. We've got all kinds of valuable information on the history of cryptocurrency, on the history of Bitcoin, how Bitcoin has paved the way through these merchants and all these different things, through the public exchanges and just the crazy amount of paving they've done for cryptocurrencies like Capriccoin and others to come through and bust down the doors with better technology. We've got an incredible leadership group, awesome people, some of the most enjoyable people and people that I trust that I've ever been involved with in business, and I'm not kidding that. People that know me know I don't hype things. I educate people, I inform people, and I tell you the truth. One thing you're going to learn about me if you get involved in this is that I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I keep it real. And I don't hype. I don't talk about fluff. I talk about real issues and real solutions. I talked about this. Do you need to be a brainiac expert? No. Money. Open an account and get your feet wet. Immerse yourself in our community. Learn while you protect yourself. It's that easy. It's still your money, just in a digital form. Just like I talk about, all we're doing is turning it from one kind to another. The only difference is you now own, manage, and control your own account instead of the bank or the government controlling it. You can send and receive money with no fees, which makes traveling smoother. If you don't take action, the only thing you can expect is what you currently have. Wire fees, interest fees, currency conversion fees, etc. I'm going to tell you this right now. In 10 years, you will know what this is. You will be using it, and you will be a part of your life. You can take that and put it in the bank. Sorry, the pun. But you can take that and put it in the bank. You will know, you will use, and you will completely understand this whole concept within 10 years. Right now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity inside of it. 10 years from now, it'll be a usability thing, not necessarily a monetarily money-making thing. Our mission to create a coin, Capriccoin, that allows individuals to participate in one of the most meaningful wealth transfers in the history of mankind. The shift from a centralized fee-ridden banking system to no fees, no restrictions, instant peer-to-peer financial platform that can all be completed on a smartphone. Exciting, and it's happening now. There will never be a better time to be one of the early adopters of Capriccoin. The time is now. Not only Capriccoin, I told you we've got other products that are coming down the pipeline. We are a financial products company, and we're going to offer solutions to problems. We're going to offer options for people to diversify, and for people to diversify income and assets at the same time. Never again will we experience a financial phenomenon like the one about to impact us all. Never. You will never see anything like this again in your life. This is the biggest movement you and I will ever see, because we are talking about money. We are talking about creating new currencies, global digital payment solutions. It's happening. It's happening underneath your nose. It can happen right before your eyes if you open them up and you take action. Are you ready? Bill Gates says it best. The future of money is digital currency. I don't think I need to say anything else about who Bill Gates is. When he speaks, I listen. Visionary, start minding your own business and profit from the next wave of the digital revolution with Capriccoin. Get started today. Start mining today, Capriccoin. Start educating yourself. Get ready for multiple platforms down the road. Get ready for probably what I think will be one of the best, if not the best, and most expansive network marketing opportunities, work from home opportunities that you will ever see. And that is not hype. That is just real. I want to thank everybody for coming on the call today. Once again, I hope you got some information, some value-added information out of this. I know you're going to have questions. This is something that takes a little bit of wrapping your brain around. Get back with the person that invited you on this call. Get your questions answered and get started today. I hope everybody has an amazing Wednesday, an amazing rest of the week. Thank you for being on the call with me. Once again, Scott Schlemmer, I'm signing off, and we'll talk to you soon. We'll hopefully see you on the inside. Bye for now.